We are getting ready. We're actually leaving tomorrow on a cruise. We're heading to Florida, and then we're doing a Western Caribbean cruise. So I won't be uploading a video for a couple weeks, but as you know, if you've been on a cruise, the internet is always very poor. So I should be back in 11 days, and then I'll start working on the video edits, and I'll upload our videos from that trip. So hopefully you check out those videos, but I thought I would do a quick little video of what is in my camera bag when we go on a vacation. As you know, we take video and pictures when we go on a cruise, and I just wanted to share some of what I usually take with me. The first thing, obviously the most important thing, is a camera. I usually always travel with this Canon G7x. It's a great camera. One of the things I really like about this camera is just you can put it in your pocket and it takes great video. And you've got the viewfinder up here, makes it easy when you're doing a little selfie video. So the thing I also add to it is this little wind muff, which is it's great when you're on a cruise ship. It's effective because when it's windy out, it does make a difference. So I'll put links in the description of this video for everything that I usually bring. I also usually have a second G7X with me, just in case the first one breaks. You never know. I like to be prepared, so I usually have 2 cameras with me when we travel. To go along with those cameras are usually plenty of batteries. I usually have 4 or 5 batteries for each camera I'm with, and then I usually have a couple chargers to go along with each camera and the battery that they use. So if you're taking a lot of video, you're going to want to have multiple batteries. Especially when you're on a cruise ship. If you've been on a cruise before, you'll know that sometimes there's only 2 plugs in the cabin. So I usually always travel with a adapter. This one is great. It's got 3 additional plugs, plus it has a couple USB plugs, so you can plug multiple devices, and saves you time. I usually always have some sort of Joby little tripod like this. Pretty straightforward, pretty common. A lot of people use these days. The other camera I use besides the point and shoot is a Gopro. I usually always have 2 GoPro cameras. They don't do a lot of action shots, but occasionally we'll do some action stuff, or we're in the water, or snorkeling, swimming, and you can never go wrong with a GoPro. But I'm not a big fan of GoPros, you know, from as far as being a primary camera, just because the audio is not as great, and I don't think a GoPro should be the primary camera, unless, you know, the new one is pretty it's pretty nice, and the audio is much better. But still, I like to use usually a point and shoot as my primary camera when we're traveling and making videos. I've had this little SD card holder for a long time. Whenever we take a trip, I usually have 4 or 5 different SD cards that I can use, and you know, I'm known to take a lot of video. If we make a 10-minute video, I might have a couple hours of footage that I've captured. The other thing is I always have a little zipper bag like this. It usually has like cables, miscellaneous batteries, just odd items that I don't want to have completely loose in the backpack. So I'll put all the small items, GoPro accessories and different attachments. I'll usually just throw in a little zipper bag like this. One thing I really like on a cruise ship, especially if you're on like an outside balcony, if you're on a balcony or an outside cabin, or if you just want to go up and do some cool time-lapse videos, I always, well, not always, the last 3 or 4 cruises I've been traveling with this suction cup. So I'll put the GoPro on the suction cup here on the outside of the balcony, and I'll just leave it, and I'll leave it there for a couple hours. And I've gotten some really cool time lapses. If you've seen some of our videos, it's because I've used this suction cup. One suggestion is if you're gonna use a suction cup like this and it's gonna be outside hanging over the edge of the ship, make sure you have some sort of like cable or something to secure it by. I'll usually take the strap and I'll wrap it around the railing of the balcony, and the suction cups are known to lose their suction sometimes. There's a lot of moisture out there, and having the strap is going to make sure that your GoPro doesn't end up in the bottom of the ocean. This GoPro too is nice because I can attach this to just about anything. I don't always take this, but I'm going to take it on this trip because we're pushing the stroller, so I'll just attach this to the stroller handle sometimes, and I'll get some video of us moving around town, wherever we're at, whatever excursion or port we're in. This is one thing that I like. You can also attach this to the suction cup that I was talking about. So when I'm doing a time lapse, I could have this on top, and then I could have the GoPro attached to this. And really all this is like an egg timer. What this will do is it will do a full rotation in either 60 minutes. It will do a 180-degree rotation in 30 minutes. And so you get those slow moving time-lapse videos. Which are pretty cool. I've used this in a few videos, and you'll see it's a pretty simple device. It's like 10 bucks on Amazon, and I think it comes in pretty handy. I used to travel with this quite a bit, but I don't take this anymore. This is a rather bright light. You know, I think with exposure these days, you know, you can adjust the exposure on camera so easily, and plus, some of these point and shoot cameras have just great, you know, they take great video in low light settings. So I don't really take this when I travel anymore, but this used to really come in handy. It's a great light, and if you don't have good exposure, you don't have good low light settings, you can get a cheap little light like this for like 10 bucks. And then lastly, what I've taken, the last two cruises I've been taking this DJI Spark. I have a DJI Phantom, but it's not really ideal for traveling. The Maverick is good for traveling, it's pretty small, but I really like the Spark. Aerial drone video is not a big part of the videos I do. You know, you might see 5 to 10 seconds in each video, but you can get some cool photos, take some nice video. It's 720 HD. It's sufficient for what I'm looking to do, and it's very small, it's easy to travel with, and I'll usually take 3 batteries when I travel, and I'll use this charger, which can charge all 3 batteries at the same time. So I think that's everything that I usually take when we travel, and you know, depending on how much traveling you do or what's important with you, leave a comment. If you have a video, a channel on YouTube, share that channel. I'd love to check out some of the videos you guys make. And if you like any of the devices, any of the ideas, or if you want to know the specifics on what some of these products are, you can click on the links in the description. And if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you check out our next cruise video. Again, we'll upload those videos in a couple weeks when we return. And happy cruising. We'll talk to you soon.